Good morning, Buffalo. Welcome to another episode of Western New York at Work TV on WBBZ. And today we have another exciting conversation for you today. Always someone that's a pillar in the community. We often say the people that make it happen. And Sherrie Barr-Mack, who is the managing partner of the MackBarr Group, is our featured guest today. Sherrie, welcome to today's show.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
As I mentioned in the introductions, a pillar of the community. You are also the president of the NABO Buffalo Niagara chapter, and NABO stands for
The National Association of Women Business Owners. And I am proud to lead the amazing tribe, and I call them my tribe of NABO sisters here in the Buffalo Niagara area.
okay, and for anyone that's not familiar with NABO, can you just share with us a little bit about the organization, its mission, and what it stands for?
Sure. So NABO, and actually, we are celebrating our 45th birthday coming up in June. Been 45
Congratulations.
years. Yes. So NABO was founded in 1975. And it actually, one of the key components of it was founded on a public policy issue, which was going on. Uh, Women were experiencing some barriers to being able to start their businesses, to be able to get funding without being required to have a securing of their loans that they were getting from a male in their family. We had one specific story of a woman who she had to have someone who was a 17-year-old family member, but he was a male, that was good enough for him to be able to sign off to secure the business loan she was seeking. So, with that as the backdrop, we have really come together, and through the years, NABO has provided a platform to give women business owners a chance to advocate for themselves, a chance to have a voice, a chance to be leaders in the community, and a chance to be able to support other women business owners. So that's really, in a nutshell, what it is that we do. And here in the Buffalo Niagara area, we're very proud to say that we spend a lot of time and a lot of effort into making sure that we represent women business owners well, and that we provide a platform for them to be able to grow their
Okay,
business and to network, and also sewing into the community.
great. I think that's a testament to great women leadership, and you've worked very diligently to bring equality into the workplace, but as well as business owners.
Yes, and we are, we're an organization where it's bringing women business owners together. So we really are focused on what we can do as women business owners to uplift each other, but we do not discount sewing into the community.
Okay.
We do that. And also, we have many people who are affiliates or supporting members who are not business owners, and it gives them a chance to come in and come together with us. So we're excited to say that we are, in terms of our membership, women business owners, but many are welcome to come in and be a part and involved.
Okay. And can you speak to some of the initiatives that the organization has maybe been very instrumental in putting together during this pre and post pandemic situation that we're dealing with?
So our national chapter has been amazing at making sure that they're sending continuous information to our chapter and all the other chapters around the US. They've done a great job of making sure we understand the PPP application process, sending us applications, having an open forum for us to talk. But what makes us really unique is that we have within NABO, as you know, as I already stated, we're public policy centered. We have a representative. We have more than one who actually represent us on the Hill in DC. They're a part of NABO, and they are actively advocating for us. And they're also going right into those front lines and getting the information that we need. So that's been filtering through to us on a national level. And I'm really appreciative of my NABO Nation ladies. We call ourselves the NABO Nation. Now, in terms of locally, we've been working very hard to make sure that we convey that information from nationals and we talk about and deal with issues specific to women business owners here in the Western New York area. We just recently had Kathy Hochul, Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, on a webinar, and she shared with us a little bit about what she is doing, what our representatives for New York State are doing to try to help us all ease a little bit of these economic pains and try to figure out what we can do that next step in opening up our businesses when we get beyond this, and also just being able to stay alive and viable.
Great.
We've made it a point of keep engaging and getting information out.
Okay, okay, good. Now, Sherrie, now you and I have known each other for a number of years, and you have always spoken very highly of the local chapter. And one of the things that you've said from time to time is that this chapter is unique. So, can you share with our audience what makes this particular chapter unique? Because, and I also know that you're doing some very innovative things yourself.
Right. So, one of the things that makes us unique is just that Buffalo is not a traditional type of business town. We have chapters that are in LA, that are in larger cities, and there's always going to be similarities between cities. But what makes Buffalo unique, the chapter, is what's unique about Buffalo. Our women business owners, they range from all different sectors, all different industries. And I think that we spend a lot of time really making sure that we've developed, well, we've continued what NAVO has done, that sisterhood, but we've really made a point of addressing some of the needs and the issues here in the Buffalo Niagara area. We have business owners that are very segmented. Some are in the South Town, some are in Buffalo, some are in the suburbs. I mean, very segmented, as unfortunately Buffalo is. But through NABO, we've really linked up. We've kind of, I call it like linking arms together. And we're making sure that we are fellowshipping together. We're making sure that we're finding that commonality and building together. And I think it's made us all grow even more
Okay.
for it.
Okay, good. Now, for our young ladies throughout the community, do you have to have a business? Can you be someone that just has, her own idea and become a member or be a part of NABO?
So to become a member of NABO, you have to be a woman business owner, to
Okay.
be a voting member of NABO. To become a supporting member of NABO or an organization, we have many different options for people to be able to. Well, first of all, our programming is open to the public for people to come and to be able to enjoy. We have done a lot of mentoring. I just want to touch on, you said about a young lady who would be starting her business. We had done in the past a few mentoring type of groups in that, and I hate to blow the lid off of it. I'm not going to let it be completely revealed today, but coming up this year, we have a very pleasant surprise for young women who have not begun their business. They're getting ready to begin their business, and we kind of have something for them. So I gotta kind of hold off on that one, but say we're here for you. We're here
Okay.
for everyone.
Okay, good. Now, here's the $1 million question, because I'm confident that many of our male viewers are saying, okay, all they're doing is talking about women, women, women. Okay, if a male happens to stumble accidentally and walk into a novel event, will he be kindly escorted out? Will he just be, I mean, what happens?
He will be welcome with open arms. My husband, who happens to be a gold sponsor of the MackBarr Group, we're gold sponsors of NABO. He is always coming to any events that he can. He's come to the dinner meetings. We have two gentlemen who come to the dinner meetings on a regular basis. They are affiliated with our sponsors, but they're very actively involved. No, you will not be escorted out. The only difference would be in order to be a voting member of NABO, you would need to be a woman business owner.
Okay.
But I would love for our men to get a chance to come and enjoy our dinner meetings. I think you could learn a lot.
Okay, great. And very quickly before we transition to another area, for anyone that's interested in getting more information on NABO and becoming a member, what's your contact information?
So, if you want to get information on NABO, first I want to give you the website, and you can go to NABOWNY.org. That is information on our local chapter. Our national chapter is NAWBO, NAWBO.org. And you can go right through there. And if you want to send an email and get a response back, our contact is info at NAWBO, NAWBO,
Hi everyone, Lauren Lewis with Staff Buffalo. I wanted to talk with you guys today about building your personal brand. This had come up recently because I was working with a client who purchased our networking workshop that we do through Staff Buffalo. And I had an idea and knew this client a little bit beforehand and already knew that he was pretty good at networking. He went to events, sat on boards, volunteered, and kind of made his presence known a little bit kind of in that networking community. So going into the networking workshop, I was like, I wonder why he's interested in this networking workshop and what he can get out of it. I wanted to make sure I can make it as beneficial for him as possible since he was taking the time to do it. So I made a point initially, we started talking about networking and why it's important, but I asked him what his goal was for the networking workshop that day. And he really said more about building his personal brand. So we started talking a lot about what it takes to build your personal brand. And I wanted to share some of that with you today. Another great thing to do to kind of create your brand is to attend events. Find events that are in the area that you are involved in. So if it's an industry-specific association, go to their events. If it is a regional organization, go to their events. There's a lot of great opportunities at regional events to kind of cross-pollinate with different individuals and different professionals, and you can really learn from them, which is great to kind of get your creative juices flowing for how you can continue to build your brand too. So that continues with connecting with people. Connect with those like-minded individuals who have the same goals as you do, who maybe they're someone you admire and you look up to and you want to try and emulate what they do. Connect with them. Send them a message on LinkedIn and see if you can grab them for, a 15-minute phone call or coffee. That is a great way to grow and develop.
Western New York at Work is brought to you by our key business partners and many business professionals.
Bocce's Club Pizza, Staff Buffalo, Buffalo Healthy Living, CAI, Hope Buffalo, Embassy Suites, 716 Limousine.
Okay, and finally, Sherrie, and you mentioned this earlier that Western New York or Buffalo is a segregated community. How does NABO address diversity and inclusion as it relates to specifically, again, this region?
I'm so glad that you mentioned that. I am very, very proud to announce, and it's something that I know I've kind of mentioned to the side to you, Dale, in the past, so you definitely should not have been surprised. I'm very proud to announce that we have launched NABO Buffalo Niagara's Diversity and Inclusion Task Force. This is a group of women who are leaders, not just in NABO, but they're leaders in our community. Many people would know them. Lisa Capola of the Capola firm. We have Andrea Lacey of Fine and Hurwitz. We have Jonna Willoughby Lore of Papercraft Miracles. And we have Stephanie Galber of Galber and O'Connell, and Christine Howard of E.B. Howard Consulting, and of course myself, Sherrie Barr-Mack of the MackBarr Group. I apologize if rushing through if I left any of the names of your organizations, of your companies off, but we're so excited. We've come together. I contacted these particular ladies because I knew that they could bring to the table what we really needed to push this task forward based on just not only their knowledge and their skill, but their character. And not that no one else doesn't have the character I was looking for, but there was something in particular with each of these ladies that I knew that they were the ones to help me launch a task force, which is going to be focused on making sure that we properly represent all of the business owners, the women business owners in the Buffalo Niagara area.
Well,
With regards
congratulations to
to
yourself
ethical,
and all
thank
the
you.
fellow women leadership members that you mentioned.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. We're very excited. Very excited.
Okay. Now let's transition once again. I want to be very respectful to your time. You are also the managing partner of the MackBarr Group. Wow. Talk about wearing so many hats. So share with our viewers about that side of the business.
So the MackBarr Group is the collaboration of myself and my husband, Demetrius Mack. And it was founded in 2011, but actually it was in the works, our brainchild, going back to 2003. We wanted to be able to provide an opportunity to bring together our organizations and corporations in the community and the community in which they serve. They work together. Well, they may not necessarily work together, but they need to. They coexist together. They need to be able to collaborate together because it's for the betterment of the community. We also do public affairs advisement, and we get into advocacy heavily. We are focused on financial literacy and advocacy and consumer advocacy. So when you bring all of that together, especially as a public affairs company, we're given the opportunity with our public affairs to provide a platform to bring knowledge and information to the community that's so badly needed.
Okay. And what types of businesses are in need or can benefit from your services?
Well, everybody can. A lot of people don't realize it. I've had people say to me, well, public affairs, I don't need that in my business. Public affairs is actually, for those who aren't familiar, it's actually a branch of public relations. But what's specific about public affairs is it provides information and assistance with regards to government policy and relations and how it can affect you as a business owner. So, say I have a business owner who doesn't quite understand why they have to pay more in taxes or they have to expand more for how much they're paying their employees to be there. They don't really quite understand it as a public affairs person, because not everybody likes to be able to keep up with policy and read and see what's going on, I get the opportunity to kind of sit down, break down to them what is happening, how it specifically affects them, so they can properly do their strategic plan and their forecasting while they're doing their business plan for their business, which should continuously be done on a yearly basis. I take all of that stuff and bring it down to, okay, this is what applies to you. You need to know this. It'll help you properly forecast what you need to do for your growth and expansion plan.
Speaking of that, Sherry, let me ask you this. Speaking of that, because we are currently, 6 months into the year of 2020, and because of the pandemic, business owners are going to have to reinvent themselves. Many will hopefully survive, and they're going to have to take a look at that business plan and possibly revamp it or change it altogether. One, do you provide? Oh, what do you say to those types of businesses that are in need of reinventing and rethinking how they go back into the marketplace?
So, yeah, that's been a hot topic, by the way, that we're talking about in NABO also. But with my clients, what I'm telling them is you've been doing things this way for this long. We see the everything has changed. We're now working in a new normal. It's time to flip and to change, is what you just mentioned. You got to do things a little bit differently. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to go in, do some research, do a little bit of statistical information gathering, see what the tide is, what people are really leaning towards, what's been successful or appears to be on the upswing, and be able to provide people with the information. So when they do flip and change towards new normal or kind of veer in another direction, they're able to do it from the point of having the backing of the research and the information, which won't tell you absolutely you're going to be successful doing it this way,
Mhm.
but will give you enough information to say, hey, there's enough strong evidence and data here to say if you move in this direction, you should be able to survive.
Okay.
And then, of course, when they do come back up for their employees and for their other clients, we do a lot of programming, which now has completely changed, talking about the new normal, the new way to be able to do business, and the new way to be able to support your clients. So we're really able to step in and do those webinars also. So we help on the client, employee side, and we also help on the business planning side. You need to know what's going on in the government because whether people like it or not, your business and your personal lives, they are politically connected, and you need to know what's going on in order to progress.
Okay. And for someone who would like to contact you or is looking for more information on the services you provide, how can they reach you?
So they can send an email to info at themackbargroup.com. You can also visit us on our website at www.themackbargroup.com. And if you want to see some of our fun pictures and the fun stuff we like to do and going on, we have our Instagram at TMBG Express.
Okay. Okay, great. And thank you so much for sharing that information. Now, I would like to kind of transition into another area. Currently, at this time, many families are facing a financial loss due to loss of jobs, due to closing of businesses. And I think it's so important that we address that area. Can you speak to some of the services that you provide through your company and how you can assist individuals in that area?
Yeah. So we've always advocated for and did workshops right at our office at 327 Niagara Street. We've always provided workshops and information with regards to personal financial education. Um, it's an effort to educate people so that they can make wiser decisions. It's not something where people are coming in and we're selling them a product. They're coming in and we're educating them so when they are presented with products or services, they can properly make a decision for them and their family. Um, During this time, now more than ever, people are going to really need to link in and check into different programs. And of course, I'm always going to suggest, please, the MackBarr Group is here for you to be able to take a look at things and see what you need to do.
Certainly sounds like some essential services that we all are in need of. And that being said, again, I can't thank you enough for being a part of today's show. Are there any final thoughts or events, anything that's happening before we sign off on today's show?
So actually, I'm in the midst of working on a programming which I'm very excited to bring. It's going to be occurring at the end of June, and it's going to be a leading from the front line. I'm going to be doing a question and answer session with some medical professionals in our community, specifically in the New York City area and also in Atlanta. The MackBarr Group has consultants in both areas who are in the medical field, and they are our community and wellness coordination. So we're going to be doing that, and I'm really excited. Actually, by the time you air this, we'll have the exact date and time. We're coordinating around a couple of our physicians' schedules to make sure that they could be there for that question and answer, but really just kind of giving us some what now suggestions in that. And
Okay.
people will be able to submit their question when they register. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, we are doing our financial education, financial literacy workshops, what you need to know to be able to survive COVID-19 and what next when you get on the other side of this. Some people are starting over again from scratch, some people are just building. And we regularly are going to be having those via Zoom. We used to do it in the office, but until we can get past social distancing, we're going to be doing them via Zoom. It's a great chance to just come on and just get the information. We just want to make sure people get educated and they know what they need to do for their families. And that's a schedule which will be out on our website.
Great. Well, certainly keep us informed here at Western New York at Work. Uh, I think you're doing a tremendous job, you and your husband, and
Thank you.
continue. Excuse me, but continue success in those endeavors. And thank you so much again for being a part of the show. And look forward to taking advantage of some of your workshops in the very near future.
Well, I'm looking forward to having you. And thank you so much for providing this platform for people to be able to stay in touch with what's going on. I have to say to you, thank you very much for taking the time and providing this platform. Western New York needs exactly what you're doing. And it's nice to know during the social distancing, we can all still, if we can't physically touch each other, we can still connect.
Western New York at Work is brought to you by our key business partners and many business professionals.
Bocce's Club Pizza, Staff Buffalo, Buffalo Healthy Living, CAI, Hope Buffalo, Embassy Suites, 716 Limousine.